Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. This is just a video for you guys, so apologies for the awful editing. It's going to be all over the place. Just going to talk about a couple of informal things here that, you know, we don't really want to put on the main channel. Just, it's not YouTube friendly kind of stuff, so it's going to be lots of waffle and all that sort of business. One thing I want to talk about is these garage therapy products that I've been testing. The normal car shampoo, the wheel shampoo, and the decon shampoo. So let's talk about the decon shampoo first. What do you need to know about this stuff, guys? Well, the first important thing to know about this is a strip wash type product. But strip wash type products cannot strip protection. You know, it's the thing I've been talking to Marios about, the guy that kind of runs garage therapy, and it's how you go about kind of telling people that, because the purpose of these strip wash shampoos is to kind of clear the remnants of old protection and really clean the paintwork more than a normal shampoo as part of the prep. So a normal shampoo obviously is designed to kind of not strip your protection, not attack your protection, and be a very kind of mild, slippy product that doesn't generally need to do that much cleaning. Because if you look at car panels, you know, this car is dirty. You know, what have I got on there? I've got a couple of little water spots. I've got a little bit of road film that you probably can or can't see. It's hard to pick it up on the camera. So after you've pre-washed and soaked a car, it doesn't need any majorly aggressive kind of thing. So a nice slippy shampoo. But the thing that's interesting about these is how do you go about kind of pitching them? How do you describe them to people? And the thing that you've got to try and avoid is making sure people know that if you just go and use this product on your car, it does not take off all of the protection. It just hits it about as hard as a detergent can hit it. And I'll overlay you some shots of what I mean by that, because I had some good kind of rapid water repellency on the car, you know, from, can't even remember what product it was that was giving me that. It might have been a spray wax or something. I had something that was throwing the water off the car, and then after washing with this, it's all the water behaviours slowed down, so it's kind of degrading the protection quite a lot. Maybe if I'd washed it about 3 or 4 times with that strip wash, it may nearly get it all off. Another important thing about this particular product is you can use it as a contact wash. Obviously that's what it's been designed for, to replace a normal shampoo when you want to hit your protection harder. You can put it in a snow foam lance and spray it all over your car. When you do that, typically whenever you put anything in a snow foam lance, you weaken the concentration about a further 10 times, you know, with all the extra water that you're pumping through. So the product can't hit the protection as hard when you're putting in a snow foam lance, which is important. So you have to really use it as a contact wash and go over there and work it with the mitt at that sort of higher concentration ratio, 50 to 75 mil in your wash bucket, and then you will see the effects of it a little bit more. Beyond that, when I'm testing this and having a look at it, I am looking for problems. I'm looking for things I don't like. I'm looking for things that go wrong, you know. And I can't see any with this particular product. It just feels like using a normal sort of soapy car shampoo. It's not quite as sudsy and thick as the normal shampoo, but it's still, you can still get fluffy suds if you kind of blast it up and all that. It's quite white, but it all rinses off the car okay, you know, so you really wouldn't know the difference between using it and a normal shampoo. So I don't think there's anything that I can find that's wrong with it. Other than it isn't capable of completely stripping down protection, but I've not seen one that is. So I think that's a pretty good product. The normal car soap, guys, there is nothing wrong with this. You use 20 or 30 mil in a wash bucket, it's nice and slippy, it's nice and sudsy. That is ready to take to market as is. It smells nice. I think it's got like an appley kind of scent. Excuse me. Yeah, you can smell the kind of apple. And when you've got it in the wash bucket, it's got a nice fragrance. So I think that's a good basic shampoo. The challenge with these shampoos, with a car shampoo, is how do you give it like a unique selling point? maybe you don't, because there isn't one. You just want it to be a mild, safe, foamy, sudsy shampoo. So that's fine. The wheel shampoo, different to the Bodyworks shampoo, contains some stronger components. I think some slightly more alkaline cleaners and stuff like that. We've talked a lot about kind of wheel soaps and stuff like that. If you put this in a pump sprayer, it's nice and gel-like and clingy, so it's kind of works in a pump sprayer better than thin foamy products, but you can just stick some in a bucket and use it. My thoughts on this to Marios were, again, how can you kind of, the challenge is how can you pitch it? You know, you need to pitch these products and let people know what they're giving them and stuff like that. Not everyone wants a wheel shampoo, and I'm probably one of the guys that doesn't. But there are people that do, and if I had a range, I think it's the sort of product that I would consider putting in that range, because there's a market for it. And I think they're all good products, basically, guys, and I think they're ready to take to market. Really interested in the feedback from some of the other guys. Daniel, I believe it was Daniel. Apologies if I got your name wrong. Thank you very much for the email and the Word document with all of that stuff in there. That was really useful, and it was really kind of raw. You were just giving all your thoughts on it, which I think is the way to do it. So yeah, I enjoyed reading that, and I think it was really useful for Marius as well. So cheers for that. What else is going on at the moment, guys? Well, I've finished the review of this woolly warm it tool, which you can see it kind of looks like a sword. You can see it without the willy warmer, the cover. It's actually quite a good little wheel brush, this, guys. The review is very kind of, again, I'm trying to put it through its paces and find faults with it. And there's a couple of things that I can pick up on with it that could be improved that I don't like. But keeping it quite simple, it's quite a good wheel brush, this. And have a watch of that review when it comes out and let me know your thoughts. But if you maintain your alloys well, and you're cleaning them regularly and stuff like that, I think you might like this product. If you're in the trade and you're dealing with mingers and cars that come in that are all plastered in dirt, then you might want a nylon brush like this, or something like that, that is just going to be a lot more aggressive. But I think it's probably a good product for guys that are really into detailing. So we'll see what happens with that woolly wormit. It's new to the market. I wonder if people like it, or if it becomes popular, or if it becomes one of these ones that, you know, people don't talk about in years to come. Who knows? I think it's probably here to stay, and it might be good. One of the key things that I think it was Cliff mentioned, how does this thing cope with being bent and bent and straightened up all the time, because it's got a bit of steel that runs through the middle of it. It's patented, so they've obviously put some thought into the design here. Probably worried about the old Chinese knocking it off. I'm not sure if the Chinese will try and knock this off. It's a little bit more complicated to copy, so this might be safe, I think. But how does it cope with being bent and put straight? That is interesting. Got a copy here of TK magazine. The owner, Steve, he watches the channel, and he sent it through to me, which was nice and kind of him. So I'll put it on my Facebook group to let people know. I like reading the magazine, guys. It's really captures everything about car enthusiasm. There's a whole army of people out there that are just as passionate about building their own cars as we are about detailing. And he has a page in there as well for where he talks about detailing products and that. So I think that's why he's interested in the channel, because it's part of the whole car culture thing now. Really important. Auto Glimmer sent me some stickers, so I'm going to stick one of these on my whiteboard. The problem is it's huge. I'm running out of space, so I don't know what to do about this. I'm going to redo the garage at some point, and the next time I do the garage, I'm going to get a massive whiteboard so I can fit stickers like this on it. You know, with the thing with the stickers is, any company that wants to send me a sticker, they can just send them to me and I'll put them up on the wall. I don't care, you know. It's just a bit of stupidity. But it's got to the stage now where there's too many on there. I might need to do a separate kind of board or something like that. Maybe put it on my dartboard all around there, all the stickers, because if I put them on the whiteboard, I am going to run out of space. Oh, I've just noticed the screen on my GoPro is cracked on my GoPro case. Oh, hopefully that doesn't show up. Let me just have a look. No, it looks okay. There's a crack on my screen. The cover thing, I've got a little metal case. Anyway, what else, guys? If I go over here, I'm gearing up to do some bits and pieces. Ram from Colourlock sent me some stuff. He was just looking to supply some detailing products with his Colourlock stuff. He's looking at this German brand called Polytop. So he sent me some abrasive samples that I need to check out for him here and feedback. And a couple of other products that I have used, and the products are good. The products are really good, but the advice I've given him is nowadays it's kind of less about how good they are, because they're all good. They're all coming from kind of good sources. It's more how hot the brand is and what they're doing and how cutting edge it is. I think that if affect how many you're going to sell. And I just wasn't sure if this brand was going to be of interest enough for him as a business thing to kind of offer it to people. I don't know if there was going to be enough people seeing it and thinking, oh, I'll buy that, that's useful. Whereas if you had a really hot brand there, you know, that everyone knows about, that also has a good reputation with leather products, I was thinking something like CarPro would be a much better one for him to distribute, because they do leather protection, ceramic coatings and all this cutting edge stuff, and more people will buy it. So that was my only thoughts, but I still need to test these abrasives out. They might be amazing, but most of the abrasives again are good, so it's more about how hot the brand is and not how good the stuff is, which, because there's so many brands. So that was that. What else is going on here? I need to strip these panels off of product. On this particular panel I'm going to do a comparison of the silica primers versus the old school glazes. Put them down, see which ones improve the finish of the surface the best, and then how long they can retain that. I'm interested to see if these silica primers are any good. I reckon, my gut instinct is that whatever performance they give will last longer than these old school glazes, but I don't know. So these might be more highly dissolved. These might even be more abrasive because they have polishes in them as well, whereas this doesn't contain like aluminium oxide abrasives like you think a polish would. This probably does. It uses other materials that are part of I think it uses a form of silica that is abrasive, that's also part of the sealant. I think these are quite complicated, but they are abrasive, but they don't use the abrasives that we know of. Over here I'm going to be doing a similar sort of video to the 5-way shootout. Let me just turn that microphone round. I'm going to do a similar video to like the bead maker, wet coat, BSD, you know, 5-way comparison, but with silica products. I'm just going to wait for the Maguire's product to hit the UK market as well to do the 5th one. Then I can sort of, you know, complete the jigsaw puzzle, and I think it's worth reviewing that Maguire's one to see if it's any good. And over there in the corner I am going to do the same again with detail sprays, and I've got the best of show one, the Infinity Wax Rapid detail spray, the new Geon Quick Detailer, the CarPro Elixir, and I think I'm going to put Done and Dusted in there as well, because it's one of my favourites. One of the guys was saying it was glooping up on them. That can happen. So I'll buy another bottle and I'll keep an eye on it, see if it does happen. But my old bottle I had for years and years and used it all and nothing changed, so maybe they've changed the formulation for some reason, who knows. What else? I might put Built Hamber QD in there as well, make it a 6-way shootout, because that was another one that in the mega test I thought was really, really glossy and smooth, although back then I didn't have a gloss meter, so it was just my opinion based on spraying them on panels and seeing it, and I thought the Built Hamber QD was awesome. A bit streaky, but most of them can be, you know, it's more about spreading them with one then dry buffing them with the other, and it's not too much of a problem. But I'm going to revisit it because I haven't used it for ages, so I'm not sure whether to put the Built Hamber one in there or not though, because it makes it 6 products, but who knows. I'm also, if I zoom the camera in over there, I can't zoom in, but you can probably just about see some paste waxes. So I want to do a 5-way shootout on paste waxes. I've got the Autoglym UHD wax in there, I've got the Kiwami wax, the Built Hamber double speed, I've got Forekla G3 paste wax, and I want one more wax, so I've got one more slot. So I pinged Imran and said, look, I'm doing a 5-way shootout, I've got one slot left. I'm looking for not bargain basement cheap waxes, although maybe putting one of those in there would be good, but relatively affordable waxes between £15 to £35 roughly, that are, you know, people will want to pay that sort of money, so they can pick between products which are affordable. The only exception to that, I think, is the Autoglym UHD, which is more expensive, but I've got the pot there, and it's still a mass market kind of big company wax, so I think having that in there will be good, although it's going to lose marks because the price is expensive relative to those other products, but that creates a bit of variance, so makes the test a little bit more interesting as well. Still plugging away on these snow foams, just using them all still as well. I'll hold fire on giving you any information on those, guys. Just while we're here, microfiber cloths, these edgeless 360s, they're a really nice cloth. You know, I've got a video to drop on them. I review these and the edgeless 300s. They're both really good cloths. It doesn't really matter which one you pick. These are a bit thicker than the edgeless 300s, a bit more dense. They hold shape very well, so they don't like ball up when you're wiping them over the panels. They stay nice and flat, so they're really good, and they're pretty well priced. But the edgeless 300s are about 50p cheaper and virtually the same, so I think those are the ones I'll probably go for. But check those out, guys. Like, just go and buy a couple, just like even one, and just check it out, because I think you'll like those. Yeah, so if I go over there, you can see. Well, you can't see, it's too far away. And these little super sore ass towels, they're just simple little towels that are $3.95 each. So they're quite cheap for kind of Korean microfiber. I find they work better after they've been washed a couple of times as well. They're a bit too soft when they're brand new, but once they've been through the wash a couple of times, they just feel much more like normal towels, and then, you know, they're less kind of fluffy, but they're great. I mean, for the price, normally Korean microfiber should be more expensive than the Chinese stuff, but all of the interdetail in Korean microfiber is really strong on the prices. So a lot of times when I'm playing around with my car now, I'm using these two walk knit towels, whichever one's clean. You know, I'll use one and chuck it to one side to be washed. This is the cheap Chinese one, and this is the interdetailing Korean one. This is lower quality, but it still works fine. Still works fine. I've been hammering this towel because you're not kind of buffing it into the paintwork or anything like that. You're just flopping it over. It's kind of okay. So I thought I'd just show you those microfiber towels. These do a lot. These towels at the moment, they do a lot of the donkey work for me. You know, every time these are doing the drying, every time these are doing the door shuts, more often than not, I tend to reach for these and those edgeless 300s than the Paragons, and I use those fluffy interdetailing ones and the Eagle ones at the top for waxes and polishes only. So I think those Rag Company towels are worth a look, guys. Not for towels that you just ruin with cleaning, for towels that you just generally use for that wipe down on your car after you've done the kind of wash and you want to put a detail spray or some sort of product on that's not a thick paste wax or anything like that. Over down here, I've just put some products to one side, products for wheel dressing. So I'm going to build up, you know, maybe 10 or so decent wheel dressings. There's that Tax Systems one that I was talking about the other day. We'll have that in there. I've got the Autoglym one, I've got the Maguire's one, Adams VRT, which is a good all-round dressing. I've got the Carpro Pearl over there. Putting some sealants to one side over here. I still need to shortlist 10 sealants, and I really want to use sealants that are more kind of thick resinous type ones, I think, than sort of like the water-based quick spray ones. So I'm looking for stuff like sort of Jet Seal, Extreme Elements. I'm not sure if I'm going to have any of the rattle can ones in there. These are just siloxanes in a can basically. So I've got to try and think about how I categorise this. This Kochi one will go in because that's a thick resinous one. I've got to review at some point this Autoglim liquid clay. I've had this for donkey's years. Just never had time to shoot a video on it. But it's decent stuff, 30 quid. If it's anything like their Magma, and it is, it's very safe. It's quite strong reacting. It's not some, you know, heavily watered down one. It's quite a concentrated product, and it's well priced as well. So I'll probably put it up against Built Hamburg Corosol, because that's the best way to find out how good something is. Put it up against what you know is the best. So we'll see how it does in that sense. That is it, guys. Another note, we were doing videos on like buying Chinese knockoffs and all that sort of stuff. Well, when I bought my GoPros, I went and bought one of those Chinese accessory kits that cost £7, and you get like 100 different tools in there, and it sounds like great value. They give you all these little clips for the GoPro. Well, here's the kind of difference. Well, can you see what's going on here? I twist this clip once and it just splits down the middle, and like lots of people say, you get what you pay for. I think you sometimes kind of do, don't you, with this? When something's mega cheap, like 7 quid for millions of stuff, you know it's going to be literally made of chalk and cheese rather than like plastic, whatever they made this of. It just breaks when you like, it's so flimsy. But there we go. I think, guys, that is pretty much it. So thank you for watching. Although this isn't one of the old formal channel ones, please subscribe and hit the bell notification if you've not already done so. It's not that kind of video. So thanks for watching. Thanks as well, guys, for supporting the Patreon page. Really, it's made a big difference to the channel, and the channel's chugging along nicely at the moment. Half the problem is being able to keep up with all of the kind of stuff. I talked about the other video, shutting the communications down a little bit on the channel. That's really made a big difference, actually, and it's working now. So that the Facebook thing was killing me. It's killing me. So everything's good right at the moment, and we're heading into spring. So take care, and I'll see you soon.